Hello? Hello. Hey everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. And we assemble here for part 2 of the Firefly Volcano Series. Tonight, friends, well, we're in the United States, around Washington, as we're going to check out Mount St. Helens. Now, there's a story behind this one, right? Anyway, I hope you're keeping well. Got the haircut, right? Do you know, in denial now, so I am.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. I hope your weekend was fantastic. I had to work yesterday, right? So today is day 2. I'm going to be jaded. But, friends, you see, for those of you on that side of the pond, it's a bank holiday today in the United Kingdom. Congratulations, well done, brilliant, right? For those of you way over on that side of the pond, well, I know you guys in America, well, you celebrate and remember Memorial Day, and well, you guys have a day off as well, I think. For us poor Egypts stuck in the middle, we thought we'd wait, you know, how will this all transpire? So our bank holiday is this weekend coming, right? So Monday is a day off, which is great. So, yes. Tonight, there's a bit of a story here now. He's ready. He's sitting down for this. I'm not reading this off a teleprompter at all, look. The cat is here, look. The cat joins us. We're joined tonight by the cat. And, well, Cat's name is Cat. And she's going to be joining us here as I shall now start reading things off the yoke, but make it look like I'm not. Are you ready? All right. I mean, literally anything can go on this teleprompter. But anyway, in episode 2 of the Firefly Volcano Series, well, we're going to take on the challenge of exploring Mount St. Helens. And we're flying in the Airbus H125 helicopter, also known as the Eurocopter. This is from Cowan Sim. Mount St. Helens, located in Washington State, stands at around 2,500 metres, or just under 8,500 feet. This stratovolcano, part of the Cascade Range, well, it's known for its explosive history. Only back in 1980, it erupted, one of the most significant geological events in United States history, reduced the mountain's height, and created a massive crater over a mile wide. The eruption provided crucial insights into volcanic behaviour, and it emphasised the need for effective monitoring and evacuation strategies. Our journey tonight starts over here at Yakima, out at the Air Terminal in Washington, Kilo Yankee, Kilo Mike, I think that's right, heading up towards our first stop at a place called Packwood Airport, which is 55 Sierra. This stop, give us a moment to calibrate the equipment on the helicopter, give ourselves a break, because I've just realised it doesn't have an autopilot. Right? Then, friends, from Packwood, we shall fly directly to Mount St. Helens, the iconic volcano, massive, huge in scale, and, well, quite a lot of it fell off when it erupted, right? We're going to bring our team of volcanologists as we kind of survey the site. It's still an active volcano, so we're going to see what activity there is and gather scientific data. So, you know, go handy with the flying. So this part of the mission is definitely going to demand precision and coordination. Did you like that one? Our final leg is going to take us down to Portland International Airport in Oregon, and that's Kilo Papa Delta X-ray. As we descend towards Portland, we shall review the data and we shall prepare ourselves for the analysis. You see? Right? Did I get away with it? Did it look like I was reading it? Volcanologist. Yeah. A logical captain. Is my camera very unsharp or something? I couldn't tell you. But anyway, right, where are we at? We're over here. I can delete all this stuff now because I can't see on my camera. Hang on now, lads. I'm pressing buttons, but you don't need to worry about it at all. Not at all. I have us covered. Right, buttons. Dish and dish. Brilliant. I mean, where would you be without it? The old flight's image. Do you know what I mean? And, well, tonight, a helicopter flight, something we don't do an awful lot on the streams, but a lot of credit to the likes of Cowan Sim and Tegs Hangar and so many of them now. There are some really good helicopters available in the sim, both freeware and, of course, payware. So the 125, I remember this as the Squirrel. It was nicknamed the Squirrel, right? And it was the first, wait till you hear this, it was the first Gasu helicopter. The Garda Air Support Unit. I kid you not. When this thing came to Baldonnel years and years ago, they built like the Garda terminal, right? That's a terminal for the guards, the cops. And who knew pigs could fly, right? I mean, but a very, very nice helicopter and very, very popular. And I've seen a ton of these when I was out in New Zealand, when I was in Queenstown. There was a fleet of these. Lots and lots of them. So they are a very popular helicopter. And well, Cowan Sim has some nice, some nice options when it comes to a little bit of customization, mainly from the visual aspect of the aircraft. So looking forward to it, right? So anyway, who's here? We delve into the chat and we say hello to some peoples. Car DTM, welcome in, man. Hope you're well. Willow, how much is here? Care 85, happy Monday. Mr. Dan, the volcano hunt continues. Yes. Airlock Doc is in the house. He says, happy Monday, peoples. When you're holding a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And I'm holding a yoke. So you do the egg beaters. I will stick to my wings. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Good to see you. Now, Ozymandias, welcome aboard. Naughty Gnome is in the house. Welcome in, man. I spotted you flying earlier. As I said, people were off today in the United Kingdom and they got to fly, and I was in the office going, I'd love to be flying, but I can't. So we're going to make up for it now tonight. In actual fact, lads, this is a busy week. We're streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And sure, you wouldn't know what luck we'd be in for the weekend either. Right, I'm just saying now, right. But anyway, Fierce Wolf is here looking fierce and wolfy. Good to see you. Super Typhon, welcome aboard. Airlock Doc, of course, AJH man. Spitfire RAF 100, you're very welcome in, man. Hope you're keeping very well. Sun Jammer is here. PH Roy, welcome in. Rambog Mord is in the chat. You're very welcome aboard, my guy. Bell Bro is here. Happy start of the weekage. Indeed. Rob MCR, hello. Hope you're well, man. Nightsep, a very good evening to you. Zard is in the house. Viper Strike rambles in. He flew the King Air over Chile. Was it Chile? In Chile. Welcome in, Viper. Tarnish Mossman, hello. Hello there. Murph. Oh, Ball Cyrus, he says, happy Monday. Murph, did you forget the thing I sent you in DMs? I did. Was I supposed to post that? I forgot all about it. I'll get right up. Well, I won't do it now, but I'll after the stream, Cyrus. I'm a big Aegis. Cyrus has something fab and groovy to share with the community, and he sent it to me about a week ago, and it's been living in my DMs. Now, I'll fix it. Don't worry. I'll get around to it now. You're right. Right, we'll horse it in. Do you know what I did now earlier on? I had some cereal for my dinner this evening. I didn't fancy a meal as such. I had cereal, right? And I forget what they're called. But whatever move I made, lads, do you ever eat like a Toblerone? You know a Toblerone, right? Now, there's a science to eating a Toblerone. There's a way to break it, right? You don't just, you pinch the two. They're called Alps. A Toblerone. Anyway, it's a pointy bit in the middle, and if you ever bite down onto it, you instantly start yodeling. The Swiss knew what they were doing, right? I had some cereal this evening, and kind of something similar happened. Whatever move I made, I went to bite down on the cereal, and it went up through the top of my mouth somewhere, and I heard this noise. I was like, the hell was that? It was me! That was the noise that came from my mouth. I'm all right now, right? It's like last week, I thought I was getting a headache now. I thought about it. But so far, so good. I reckon I'll be all right. Light a candle for me. It'll be grand. But yes, Cyrus, I'll get on that straight away. Assidious, welcome in. 98 Vulcan is here. Good evening. Elf is in the house. Welcome aboard. Filthy, hello. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Soaring AJH, man. How's she cutting? Englewood Online is here. Good to see you. Baldric Dong. Good to see you, Baldric. Gaseous Maximus. Happy Monday, everyone. Choppers. What could possibly go wrong? Right, totally safe. I'll be grand. Wombat49 is here. Greetings all. Looks like a fine day for a chopper ride. What could possibly go wrong? That's the spirit, lads. Yes. Positivity gets us everywhere. And we're all shagged, pretty much, right? Hemmingbird is here. She bursts in the door, bashing her knee, subscribing in a tier 2 for 10 months. That's 10 months, Hemmingbird. Jesus. She says, praying mantises don't belong to any particular religion. Because they're insects. That's very good. I knew a fella who looked like a praying mantis. But anyway, thank you very, very much indeed. A tier 2 subscription. Absolutely insane, Hemmingbird. Thank you very much indeed. Got a good 20 minutes yet till we take off. That's being conservative, Mr. Dan, right? Super Typhon says, an interesting phenomenon from the eruption was the zone of silence, a 60-mile radius of where the volcano's shockwave, an estimated 286 decibels, flew straight up and reflected back down outside of the zone of silence. People as far away as we'll get there eventually, Super Ty. Maple Creek reportedly heard the noise. That's 1,100 kilometers away. Meanwhile, the closest person, just 15 kilometers away, and all he heard was trees thrashing and snapping. What? That's insane. Let me see. Hummer, good to see you. He says, hi from sunny Scotland. Would you go way out of that? It's never sunny in Scotland, except for Wednesday. Welcome in, Hummer. It's good to see you. All right. Now, I don't know what sort of a all right that was. Hey, we're coming in Scotland. Welcome in. I need to get back to Scotland. I love Scotland. Now, let me say, it's the most unusual place is Edinburgh. It has bridges, but no rivers. Fascinating. Really, really nice. But anyway, Goblin Zeus, good evening. Muse fan bursts in the door. How he is his mad jokes. Is good to see you, Muse. How are you, man? Onboard Simulations is here. Cold in Minnesota. Welcome in. The production value. Look at the state of it. Right, do you know, I spend far too much time making trailers and stuff. That's because I like it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this will look good with that. They call it Creative Minds or something. They made a movie about me a while ago. It was called A Beautiful Mind. It was the prequel, right, to Jackass. But right, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Now, let me see. Zard, when I was a kid in Vancouver, Canada, I heard the explosion of Mount St. Helens. Really? Jesus. You're after pressing buttons here, lads. For God's sake, will you behave yourselves? What's going on? There's some tunage.
Jesus.
Right. Wait for it now. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Wait for the drums. And continue. It's like the music out of, like, you know, an advert. Hang on. Hang on a second. I need to do something. This is important. Hang on. This is very, very important. Hang on, this is important. Now, Colonel 4, try that again, will you? Every single time you come into the channel, you press that command and it doesn't work. I have now allowed you with that command. So give it a blast and see what happens. Ah, Jesus, it worked! It's okay, the coast is clear. Right. Brilliant. Now, don't abuse it, Colonel Fork, right? You'll get me in serious... right, it'll transition from you're sleeping outside to... Who was that fella called Murph? We used to like him. Very important. Anyway, right, we're over here. Let me see. Jamaumu, good to see you, man. The cat, Cian Lafford, the cat is here, look. Where's the button? There's the cat over there, look. Brilliant. And Cyrus changed me light into teal because he can do that too. Welcome in, Cian. Good to see you. Now let me see. The cat. Wait, is Cat Bat here? Now, where are we at? Musefan says, I've flown the 125 once since I bought it. I didn't realise it came with 50 million billion liveries. Right? There's an Irish livery in it for the crack. It's actually very good. It's very good. Mount St. Helens is fascinating. It is, Cian. It's absolutely mad. We're going to learn all about it now. Cat the cat. Less confusing than if it was the cat the dog. Yes, I thought so. Let me see. Mac92, good to see you. Wasn't much of an eruption as it was an explosion. Yes, we're going to learn all about it, dude. I'm fascinated by this. Let me see. Nighthawk is here. Good to see you. Today, I am in a Chinook. Nice, man. Nice. Sunjammer says, poor Irish building. Wait, what? Damn it, Jim. Good to see you, damn it, Jim. Cian says, Titanic is the go-to subject for history needs. Mount St. Helens is the go-to for geography nerds. Yes. Brilliant, though. Brilliant. Cian Lafford says, should the Irish build an exploded Mount St. Helens? I have it on good authority, you know. GG Pilot Guy, thank you very much. Welcome in, man. This took a long time, you know, to be the man cave. Murphhaven. What was the word I used before? But it's great. It does the job. Do you know what I mean? It does the job. It's an IKEA setup. All the popular streamers went with IKEA. I was one of them. After Gibble came down here one day and he said, you need to do something with this room, you know, and because he used to sit there and I'm pointing to a place that everything used to be just that way, and I didn't have space, and yet it's a big enough room, do you know? So it was in the year of 2023, the year of the big wind. And I was lucky to come away with it with my life now. Such was the work. It took 3 coats of black paint. I don't recommend painting that to anyone. I had to explain to my friends I now work in a coal mine. And there's well, I'm not going to show you, but I know. there's three sections of the room that have black paint where black paint just shouldn't be. I'll give you a hint. One of them is on the door frame, and then the other one, because I'm an idiot, it's a white ceiling, right? There's a big smudge mark on the ceiling, but that's not important right now. Only I can see it. That right? You know. Wait, can you see it from that camera? I don't know what did that button do. No, you can't. I mean, it's all about placement, lads. Product placement. Do you know what I mean? We'll get away with it now. Brilliant. The polar bear is here. Good to see you, man. 16 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Great to see you. Tritz4 is here. He says, hey, Murph and chat. We'll be flying tonight for a while anyway. Nice. Zybok Doc is here, calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're keeping well. Had a cheeky typey. Hey, what? What's the best freeware copter? Ooh, Wayland. I would say the H125 from High Performance Group. The 135. Very, very good indeed. The boy will be in the pilot seats. Wait, what? The boy will be in the pilot seats again. Shh, it's fine. 1 Garda August, 2 Niyar D. Jesus. Now, where are we at? Good day, Fireflies, says Sterling. Welcome in. Wombat says, I flew over Mount St. Helens a few days after the eruption. I was in an American MD-80 at cruise altitude, but the aftermath looked incredibly devastating. No way. Man alive. The lovely Kaharia is here. Hello, Kaharia. How are you keeping? Kaharia, I tell you, you put in a shift yesterday. I was lurking in the background with your flyage. And it was great to see you. Tamar 10K, welcome aboard. Who be this now? Nitro, welcome in. Englewood Online is here. Hello again. Good to see you, man. Right, now we're catching up here. Jesus. Renoir. Good day. Welcome in. Hope you're well. Muttley is in the house. A very happy Bank Holiday Monday to you, Muttley. Hope all is well in the realm. Oz Nomad is here. Good to see you. Now, let me see. We actually have a flight plan for tonight. Yes, I actually remembered the thing in fear that MuseFan was going to give out to me. Right, so that's what we did. So there's a flight plan there. How many Alps can you get down in your neck before it breaks? That's a talent. No, Jesus, it's not. It's like 2. Well, any more than one of those Toblerone Alps in your mouth and you're a glutton. Right? And, you know, you have like, you have issues. Get control of your life. Do you know? But yes, Aviator Geek, good to see you. Who else is here? It's kind of busy. Quaggy is here. 31 months, Quaggy. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Then B. Carlo burst in the door behind him. 25 months. Thank you very, very much indeed as well. It's great to see you. Hey, Conti's here. Good to see you. He's like, no Dash 8 and X-Plane tonight. Come here now. Jeez. Isn't it gas though, right? I blame Conti. Right? I do. I started off at X-Plane. That's the whole thing. I started off with X-Plane 10. Now I had FSX and whatever before. I had Flight Sim 95. But in terms of like streaming or content, it was X-Plane 11, right? And X-Plane 12 is getting better and better. And Conti, you'll usually find Conti in, now he flies Microsoft Flight Sim as well, but you usually find him in X-Plane. And when you're watching it, you're saying, Jesus, that looks good, or that works really, really well. And yeah, it's like the most watched flight simulation stream tonight is going to be X-Plane. It's not mad, but the Dash 8 is class. Couldn't tell you how it works, but it looks very pretty. A bit like myself, do you know? But yes, you're very welcome in, Conti. How are you, man? I'm going to be looking at the 777 on Wednesday on our news channel, Flight Sim News, and yeah, it'll be not an in-depth look, but a look at the upcoming 777 version 2 by Flight Factor over on X-Plane. So if anyone's interested, we'll be checking that one out on Wednesday. Now, let me see. Dakey Decimus, good evening. Turd Ferguson is here, watching Braveheart, and I've just seen the part where the Irishman saves his life. The Lord reckons he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're... Best line in the gadget, in the movie, right? Aviator Geek says, it's Memorial Day, I'm going to fly something more appropriate. Nice. Hummingbird, thank you so much for the bits. Murph, you skipped over me joke, you big idiot. Oh, hang on, Jesus, Jim. Hang on. Damn it, Jim. Where is it, Jim? I'll find it here now, lads. Hang on, I have to scroll back up through the chat because Jim said a thing. Volcanologists. I saw that one, Jim. Did you do one before that? He did. He says, Murph, I just finished a book about building stairs. It was a step-by-step guide. Jesus. Well, in fairness, it was worth it, Jim. It was worth it. Now, let me see. Sub TTM, who's that? Flying Dive. Welcome aboard. Colonel Fork is here as well. Great to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping very well. Black Velvet by... Oh, it is the Aldi version. Right, it kind of is. Black Velvet on a... I don't know the word. I'm not even going to attempt the words, but you know what I mean, right? What does this one do over here? Bit of background diddly idle. Do you know what I'm saying? Sard says, I was north of Mount St. Helens. Luckily, all the ash blew east. Some places had over a foot of ash. What? It's crazy. Now, Quagga says, my Xbox has given up, so I can't fly anymore. But I'm saving for a gaming PC in preparation. Oh, nice. Quaggy, what happened to your Xbox, man? Jesus. Super Ty says, when it comes to visibility on the summit, you could see as far away as Mount Baker, some 289 kilometers. What? No way, man. Now, Tony Top Sausage, I saw your name earlier on. It was like, brilliant. Look at this name. Brilliant. You're very welcome aboard, Tony. And good man, Tony. Car85 says, if Colonel Fork uses that command too much, you'll be eating cereal every night for your dinner. Yes. I should, yeah, I don't know how we're going to get around this one. B. Carlo gifting a tier 1 sub to Java Bean. Thank you very much indeed, B. Carlo. Very kind of you. Eamon is here. Murph, did you kick Two-Tone Jr. out of the bedroom for your man cave? No. In actual fact, we built Junior a bit of a man cave as well. It's a proper little setup. It's actually very nice. There he is. Oh yeah. What's happening? He's going to the disco on Friday night. And we had to buy him t-shirts. Fancy t-shirts, weren't they? I was just telling him about your fancy setup that you have in your room. I didn't have a setup like that when I was your age. In my day, right? We didn't have anything like that at all. We used to play our PlayStations in the snow, barefoot. Me hand. Go on about your business. Jesus. Right, do you know what I mean? Don't close the door, I'll fry. It's like 1,000 degrees in here, man. But anyway, right, where was I? I was over here, look. Sundammer says, this before or after the idea of remodelling the kitchen? Shh, it's crap. No, open it, you devil. You didn't, you open it and then you close it again. Open. Grand, that'll do. Look at the cat looking at you. No, leave it. Listen, there will be violence. Open the... Do you know what that sound is? That's the sound of, like, the electricity to your room going a little bit kind of, right, do you know? Balls. I trained him too well. He knows all me tricks. Anyway, where was I? I was over here. Kozaki, good to see you. I'm going to try and fly today. Emphasis on the try. Yes, indeed. Now we're catching up. And then we forgot to include the Packwood Airfield. No, I didn't. The plan ignored it, Muse fan. I don't know why. Are we taking off from Yakima? Yes, we are. Keen Effort says it looks great, but doesn't do much. Much like the Irish government. So how are we all doing? Brilliant. Now, is there any news on PMDG's 777? Not just yet, Kaharia. But as soon as I hear, I'll let you know. They've been making stairs bigger due to climate change. Due to climate change. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Now, let me see. Where are we at? We're over here. I'm catching up together. He's a good lad. He is a good lad, right? He's very good. Back in my day, we used to play our PlayStation in the snow barefoot. It made us tough. Me hand. Right? Kanzui is here. It's good to see you, Kanzui. Who else came in there? Paparazzi is watching us on YouTube. Son is in hospital. Oh, Jesus. I hope all is well. Captain Sickbag is over there as well. Digital Mark, welcome in. And to all our friends on YouTube. Good to see you, lads. Paparazzi, hope all is well, my dude. Let me see, who else? Sky Pilot, good to see you on YouTube as well, my guy. Welcome aboard. Ruben. Oh,
Jesus.
Hello, Ruben. Welcome aboard. Randy Godwin. Hello, Randy. Happy Monday to you, man. Nutty Slack is here as well. And Mrs. TPH17, or TPHI17. Well, you're very welcome aboard. And right, now, Kitty's on the keyboard. I don't know. Eagle Airways is here. Aaron, how's she cutting, man?
Oh, Jesus.
What do they do now? All the Jesuses, right? Do you know? Right, I'm going to press a button now. Wait till... Jesus. This is the transition. I'll have to record this some night. He's ready.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the sound effect. Now, we're over here, look. Brilliant. Jesus. Oh, no, I'm at to break. Oh, I genuinely shagged this. Hang on a second.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
This could be terribly loud for... Oh, Jesus. This could be terribly loud for a minute, but I need to fix it. Oh, be to Jesus. Hang on now, lads. This, oh Jesus, this now, oh Christ, how do we fix, oh Jesus. Hang on now, don't panic, oh, that shouldn't be it like that at all. Oh God, wait now. Right, now come over here. No, come over.
Oh Jesus.
Listen, I'm at the break in the microphone. Where are you going? You're going outside? At this time of night? Yeah, okay. What time you come back at? Stay out of trouble, or I'll burst you.
Oh Jesus.
I'm after breaking it. I'm after breaking it. Hang on, lads. This is a total
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy,
don't off the
snooze.
lights and try to fix it. Oh, it's like a metal sleevine kind of a. Hang on now. If I just right now, tighten it. Right? Isn't it righty
Can I get
tight?
a refund?
No, is it righty tighty, lefty loosey? Isn't it? Oh Jesus! Look, it's proper after breaking. Oh wait, balls. Seriously, lads. How do? Oh, Jesus. Hang on. How do I fix this now? Did it turn the thing? Now. Ah, Jesus! It looks like something it shouldn't.
Jesus.
I fixed it! It's alright, lads. Calm down now. I fixed it. It's alright. Leave the door open. Jeez, the heat. It's alright, lads. I fixed it. Jesus. Thanks for all the help, lads. Yeah. Turning off me lights and making everything go absolutely terrifying. What do we do? Oh yeah, we're going flying. Welcome, friends. This here, it's a helicopter. Unlike a plane. Well, it's very like a plane, but we'll get into it, right? We'll get into it. Now,
And
the
here
flight...
we see the esteemed professional streamer in his natural habitat.
That was brilliant. Right, Navigraph. This is what our flight planage looks like this evening, friends. This is what it looks like. Xander Hemming, welcome in. So we're going to be taking off out of Yakima and Kilo Yankee Kilo Mike, and we're going to be crossing the West Valley Mountain over this neck of the woods until we get to the Goat Rocks Wilderness area, where the goats have rocks. And we're going to do our first landing in Packwood. It's some wood, right? And that's 55 Sierra. From Packwood, then we're going to head down to the Bejesus area.
Jesus.
This here is Mount St. Helens, and we're going to fly to the volcano, right? To the volcano. The Jesus counter is on about 1 billion after that kerfuffle. Listen, the main thing is I fixed it, and it's now grand. One Fly Air, good to see you, man. Hope all is well. So we're going to be flying over Mount St. Helens, and then, friends, it's down into Portland. Ooh. So this should be interesting. That's a flight plan. There's no autopilot, so prepare to have your flying hand knackered towards the end of the stream. Right, good. Once we all agree, that's what's going to happen. Bit of sound. So, Cowan Sim H125. This is a cracker of a little aircraft, right? It's been out for quite some time, but it comes with an absolute plethora of little visual add-ons. Things like the cameras, you can see the basket on the side. We can add passengers. We can change the type of equipment inside the aircraft as well. We can even change what's on our on the main panel. We can go for some steam gauges, or we can go with some modern avionics as well, right? So what we have here, look at this, look at the cool stuff you can add in there, right? Little gimbal there, we've got a camera, we have a winch mechanism, can't do that with that. This gadget here, this big massive yoke here, that's a big searchlight, and we can actually control that from inside the chopper, which is kind of cool, right? But you can see the detailing here, they've done a great job, right? And I suppose the importance of helicopters, not only for like scientific surveying teams and search and rescue and air ambulance and all this sort of jazz, well, they're used quite extensively. And what I'm kind of excited about this chopper in particular, well, we actually saw one of these on the trailer of Flight Sim 2024, and they're going to be including or doing things like air ambulance and search and rescue missions, which I thought is just absolutely fantastic, right? Like, look at the details on the Cineflex. It's just class looking, right? And as Mew said earlier on, and quite rightfully so, there is an absolute ton of liveries with this chopper. So let's see what happens, right? So when it comes to reading out all my notes, I don't know how we're going to manage this one tonight, but sure, we'll give it an old blast, right? So welcome to the cockpit, and as you can see, we have lovely carpet, shiny seats, and well, it's relatively straightforward. We do have an option here to change the panel, so we can bring it back into the old steam gauge. Kind of like the steam gauge, to be honest. We're going to use that. And we also have a GTN option. So this unit here, we can go to the 530 or bring it up the road, and we can put in our 750. I'm going to go with the 750. What else do we have? We can open and close the doors, which is really handy. We do have the Cineflex monitor thingy. Can't do anything with that. It doesn't work. It just looks what it's supposed to look like. We can't interact with it, but it is there. And there's a click spot here somewhere for the sliding door. If only I could find it, lads. Mind your fingers now, Murphy. Don't catch them in this. Where's the gadget? Right now. Oh, Jesus. Let's go. All right. Whoop. Right, we're in. Jesus, that was close. And close the little door here. Super. As we wade over back to our main spot here. So, another couple of things. We can open the window. And we'll leave this open when we power up the aircraft. Now we're going to be on the Southeast Asian server. The weather I'm using, it's a weather preset from Weather Preset Pro, I think it is. Thundery but calm, and I have removed the lightning because I can do that. And the sim can allow you to do that, you know. Why have you got lobster pots on the side of... Wait, why do we have lobster pots? Well, they're not really lobster pots. I can see where you'd say they look like lobster pots. Yeah, it says the 125 also doubles up as a lobster fishing vessel, but it doesn't. It carries various equipment and all this sort of jazz. Do you know what I mean? So, right, bit of familiarization. Looking up on the top here, we have our main engine start with a couple of lights. We have our rotor brake. Moving down around the main panel, come down here. This is where all the magic happens. This is our throttle built in with our collective, and we'll be using that. We also can have some lighting controls in here and our hydraulics major master switch. Moving down here, this is where our battery is, so we'll turn on the battery. Fuel pump is already on, pitot heat is off. Fire test in progress. So let the aircraft warm up. The main avionics are currently off. Our anti-collision lights can come on. And what else can we do? We should have nav lights, I think. This gadget here is for the big massive light on the back of the aircraft. And we can control that as well. So you can see now, just turn on the switch. There's a big fancy light, and we can move that gadget around. Do you know? DVD review. Good to see you, Murph. It's Jason. How are you? I was born near Mount St. Helens, but I was born right after it blew. No way, man. That's awesome. Kiku, good to see you, man. You're very welcome in. Keen Lafford smells food. Man, Keen. Right, now. Turn off that light, wasting electricity. Avionics, I'm not going to worry about that for the moment until we get the aircraft started up. So we can see our fuel pump. Turn that divel on. And we have our various start switches and buttons and all the sort of jazz as well. We're going to reset the baro to local. We're going to reset our heading to local. Generator, that's all okay. So the generator, leave it off for the moment until we start the aircraft. This is like the RPM warning horn that comes up. GPS not available because we have our avionics turned off. So at this stage, we're just going to make sure that our throttle is in the idle position, which it is, and our collective is safe on the bottom. Looking around the aircraft, we're going to be starting her up now. So we're going to go for the main power switch, make sure our rotor brake is turned off. Engine start, coming on. And there's decent sounds. Decent sounds, right? She claims it's her son. Who? Now, I'm unsure is the RPM following the proper logic here, because I have the idle off. But yes, you still rise. So we'll add in a bit of throttle. Looking good. Oh, nice, Zeb. Thank you very much indeed for the gifted tier 1 sub. Cheers, man. Okay, so that is a good start in the engine. Sounds are good. And we'll go ahead and continue now. We're going to get our avionics turned on. We'll get the warning horn turned on. Generator can now be activated. And it's all starting to come alive here. And notice the air panel is telling us the pitot switch or the pitot heat is off. We'll turn that on. We're looking good. Now we do have GPS options. There is an autopilot built in, but it doesn't work. And there's no manual override, so yeah. We'll not worry too much about that. So, our transponder is doing transponding things. We'll go down to our flight plan, and we'll just do a direct 55 Sierra. So current position, and I'm going to go to 55 Sierra. 55 Sierra. Enter. Enter. Sweet. Okay, so we've got 46 nautical miles to blast on, and we changed some of our fields up here as well. I'm going to want terrain. I'm going to want an ETE up here. Let me see. Estimated time to waypoint. I'll do. And if you check out the outside, the sounds are really good, lads. Let's have a listen. Isn't it a beautiful looking chopper though? Like, it's absolutely stunning. Right, so we're going to turn on some multiplayer. And that'll hopefully load you guys in. Now, if you wanted to add stuff to the exterior of the aircraft, well, all you need to do is go into your weight and balance screen. And in here, this is where you can start adding in the stuff, right? So, let me see. Utility with crates. No, spotlight is already fitted. Like, you can put this into a medevac aircraft if you wish. Vertical reference window, plus or minus £5. Yeah, we'll go ahead and throw that in there as well. And close that, and close that. We got some peoples on the ground, nice. That's looking good here now. We can actually see out through the chopper. And what else do we have? No step, we can remove that. And that's going to help us when we're going to try and land this little vertical window here. They have them in a lot of rescue aircraft. That's what they put in. Do you know what I mean? Chinook wheels stay down. Correct? Correct. They absolutely do. Right, lads, so what we're going to do, it's going to be now very gently putting some collective in. We're going to be using our anti-torque pedals to try and keep the chopper straight, and then we're going to start heading off in our direction. Look at all the beautiful liveries we have here. Look at this. Now, this flight plan, you don't need to have a helicopter. You're absolutely able to fly fixed wing. For the rotary wing pilots, well, I can see we've everything from the H60s, we've 125s, 135s, 145s. There's a lot of really pretty aircraft here. Model matching is acting the complete and utter dope, but sure, listen, what can you do? Count Zepp has gone with the Dornier. Nice. Okay, so let's start putting in some collective. We're going to turn on our Tobii Eye tracking. The Tobii Eye is so handy. Oh, look at the Chinooks out there, look. The Tobii Eye is so handy for helicopter flying. It just is, right? So let me see. When you're going to be taking off in a chopper, pick your viewpoint on the horizon line. And that's going to really help you. You're going to be glancing at your instruments, making sure that, you know, your torque and power and all that jazz is where it needs to be. But when it comes to keeping the gadget level, keep an eye, look straight out to the horizon, and that'll give you a bit of a hand. So right now, I'm inputting some collective. That's raising this little gadget upwards here on my left-hand side. And we're going to react to this using our anti-torque pedals. Usually the chopper's going to want to jump either right or left. Usually it jumps to the right, or to the left, sorry. And we're going to add in some anti-torque as well. We're now climbing very slowly, nice and easy. And the direction of the wind is going to be important here because that's going to help us keep our chopper facing in the direction we want. The secret here when it comes to flying helicopters, the inputs you make, they're so minute, they're so gentle, and try not to overcorrect it. You know what I mean? So there's the wind hitting us now, hence we're having a little bit of a drop. So we're just going to counter that by adding in a little bit more collective. And we'll try and put it into a little bit of a hover here if we can, which is looking fairly okay. Now I have a fair bit of right rudder or right anti-torque pedal put in there, just trying to hover me here. Quick look outside. So we're climbing nice and gently. And because I'm a Muppet, I didn't turn on my landing lights. There we go. Now we're looking good. We can see the searchlights on this other chopper here as well. Quick look around. Colonel Fork is appearing as a PC-12 as you do. No idea. My model matching is not behaving, lads, at all. So we're looking good. Look at those Chinooks over there. They look incredible. Okay, so from this location, lads, we're pretty much taxiing. Well, we're heading straight out. So I'm going to start pushing the nose of the helicopter down a little bit. That's going to start our momentum. And we'll take our time. We're not going to break any speed records with this machine. I imagine we'll be up around, 100 knots, give or take, right? What would you say is the best chopper available? Kanzui, the best chopper, in my opinion, in the sim right now is the Alouette 3, closely followed by the H160, or the H60 from High Performance Group. But in terms of how a helicopter should fly and feel, I think Teg's Hangar absolutely nailed the Alouette. It's done really, really well. Helicopters are not for the faint-hearted. If you're struggling, go into your options, assistance options. There's Bell Row, beautiful. Look at that chopper, that's an Alouette. Go into all your assistance options and make sure you have your heli assistance turned on. If this is your first rodeo in a chopper, I recommend turning them on, otherwise you might have a night of frustration. Also, what's vitally important, you need to add some trims to your helicopter. rotor trim. It's a little bit different than your normal aileron trim and all this sort of jazz. You want to add in rotor trim. So we're cruising here at around 80 knots. We're not doing fantastically climbing, so I'm going to add in a small bit more collective, although we're keeping our eye on the engine torque and the RPM. That's what's going to limit us here. But at the moment, we're kind of just rambling out here fairly easily. Wind conditions are quite calm, which is what I wanted. And the clouds, it's thundery but calm. That's what it's given us, right? And then, you know, if you want to relax your hand from having to push down, this is where your rotor trim really comes into it. So I'm applying a small bit of nose down rotor trim. Now, it doesn't actually affect the nose. It tilts the rotors. It pushes the rotors a certain way. You know, sim looks good in that heli. Yeah, sim looks great. When you're flying in choppers, the sim can look amazing. So that's how we're looking at the moment. And remember, your inputs have to be so slight. So slight. So we're doing well. Could you imagine what the sound would be like if you were on the ground and you heard this like absolute fleet, you know? Got to be honest, it's not my first time in a chopper. Sorry, it's not the first time my chopper has caused a night of frustration. Oh, chocks, it can happen. And lads, don't worry if it's not, oh Jesus, if the choppers aren't working for you, just jump into any airplane or any aircraft that you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be a chopper. We're landing at airports. We're going to be circling the volcano. And for some of the mad ages, well, if you can try and land it in the volcano if you like, if you're using a fixed wing. You know what I mean? So the first leg of this flight, this is all about getting ourselves comfortable with the helicopter and how it behaves. Just so we can kind of get a good feeling for it, know its weak spots, and just a general feel of how the thing flies. Do you know what I mean? Now imagine if we're flying choppers and VATSIM. Funny you should mention that, Colonel Fork. So with our IF4 course now complete, well, I will be getting the help of Epic Fool, and we're going to be doing a VATSIM helicopter course soon. Well, I say soon. It'll be after Expo. And Sergio Costa hopefully will be joining us to teach us some tips for flying choppers. If you accidentally jettison the door, how'd you get it back? Muse, you see the handle? Click on the handle.
Pull the big switch, good buddy.
Hey, Simtech is in the house. You're very welcome aboard. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you guys had a great stream. You join us here flying helicopters. We're heading out towards Mount St. Helens, a volcano. It erupted back in 1980. Thank you very much indeed for the raid. And yeah, we're trying to do a thing here as best we can. So speed is looking good, about 110 knots now. And we're kind of drifting on a heading of about 258 degrees. So far, so good. Speed is looking good. We're in and around 2,000 feet. We will have to climb now in a bit. But for the moment, we're doing well. We just started, Sim Man. And you're welcome in, dude. So we've got a good few people here, right? Now, how am I going to fly this chopper, like, without having my hand on the gadget? I don't know, but we're going to give it a bash. So, friends, if you're currently flying with us now, well, if you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here for the sheer crack of it because it's Monday, well, friends, you press number 3. Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. Man, that sound is good, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Oh, look, we got an Osprey with us as well. Sweet. We got 36 on the PC, 3 on console. Thank you very much indeed, Super Tie. Alright, so as I said, we're trying to fly the thing, and there is no autopilot, unfortunately. And let's try it again just for the sheer crack, but I don't think there is, right? Let's see here now. Autopilot. Negative. Although... yeah, no. She don't want to work, unfortunately. So let's see what we're doing now. Our speed is almost stopped completely. So we need to correct all this, right? Good evening from Liverpool, says Kingsman. Welcome aboard, man. So that's what happens when you get it all wrong. So we're going to add in a bit of rotor trim here, get that nose down, and start picking up the speed once again. Not too much now. There's a sound bleed coming in from something, don't know what it is. Hey, Aviate is here, good to see you, man. So as I said, like, choppers are not for the faint-hearted, but they're very rewarding when you spend a bit of time in them and you can kind of get them going the way you want, right? Cockpit Racing, good to see you. How are you? It just takes a little bit of time getting used to them. But as I said, like, it's very, very rewarding, you know, once you kind of get up to speed with them. And every chopper is different, like. And like the different types of flights you can do in these, they're absolutely incredible. Anywhere from like your offshore stuff, search and rescue, medevac, law enforcement. I mean, you can have a lot of fun in these things. Not to mention them flying in and out of cities, landing on dangerous helipads, put it on all sorts of crazy weather, wind, all that sort of jazz. It can be super fun, you know? Kingsman, I hope you're well, man. Very happy Monday to you. So we can see we have a bit of headroom here with our torque. Fuel is okay, slightly under half a tank. I'm good, thank you for asking, Murph. I'm here for my monthly installment of Jesus. Mr. Dan says, lads, we're on the wrong heading. Well, we're not really. 258 is what we should be doing. But there's a bit of windage here, so I'm having to aim off just a little bit. But already my right arm is killing me. It's a good start, lads, right? Yeah, it says, let's pick a helicopter, Murph, that has no that thing, and see how we go, right? You know, let's see how we go. So it's all about kind of trimming the gadget. If you can trim this right, you're laughing. And we just need to watch our speed here. A bit more collective here, that'll help. We want to keep the nose down ever so slightly. Planes or choppers? Both? We can go both. So, Mount St. Helens, right? It's an active stratovolcano located in the Skamania County in Washington in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. It stands at an elevation of about 2,500 metres, or just under 8,500 feet. It's named after the British diplomat Lord St. Helens, a friend of the explorer George Vancouver. The volcano is part of the Cascade Volcanic Arc, a segment of the Pacific Ring of Fire. The major eruption on the 18th of May 1980 remains the deadliest and most economically destructive volcanic event in United States history. It resulted in 57 deaths, the destruction of 200 homes, 47 bridges, 15 miles of railway, and 185 miles of highway, triggered by a magnitude of 5.1. Where was I reading? I'm after losing it. Here it is. 5.1 earthquake. The eruption caused a massive debris avalanche and a lateral blast, reducing the summit from 9,600 feet down to about 8,300 feet. And it also formed a 1 mile horseshoe-shaped crater. The debris avalanche had a volume of 0.6 cubic miles, about 2.5 kilometers. While the eruption disrupted terrestrial ecosystems, it also enriched aquatic ecosystems with ash, promoting rapid biological growth. By 1986, most of the lakes had returned to their normal state. What? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Following the 1980 eruption, Mount St. Helens experienced continuous volcanic activity all the way up until 2008. What? Future eruptions are predicted to be more destructive due to the configuration of the lava domes. Despite this, the volcano remains a popular hiking destination. It's climbed year-round, and in 1982 the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument was established by President Ronald Reagan in the US Congress. Geologically, Mount St. Helens, it's quite young compared to the other Cascade volcanoes, having formed within the past 40,000 years, with the summit cone rising about 2,200 years ago. It is considered the most active volcano in the Cascade region during the Holocene epoch, the last 10,000 years. And before the 1980 eruption, Mount St. Helens was the 5th highest peak in Washington and was notable for its symmetrical, snow-covered cone, earning it the nickname Fujisan of America. Its pre-eruption ice cover included 11 named glaciers, of which only the Shoestring Glacier showed some revival post the eruption. The mountain's base spans 6 miles across, with the tower flanks merging into adjacent ridges. Now, what's fascinating about this, there was, I don't know was it a photograph, but certainly an artist's impression of like 1840 something. This used to look like Mount Fuji. It was mad looking. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Right? So, our journey begins tonight, of course. We're flying out of Yakima. And, well, we're going to ramble out towards 55S. It's Packwood Airport. So, this leg, it's just getting us into, this is a helicopter and already I'm going to pass out. But the whole idea here is, lads, get comfortable with the craft, because when we get down to our second leg, where we're going to be flying directly to the volcano itself, which is pretty cool, right? Now, there was a timeline when it came to the eruption. It's kind of mad. You ever see the movie Dante's Peak? You know, Pierce Brosnan, born in Ireland. Look at the scenery in the mirror. Yeah, it's mad. So, like, Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't really do mirrors terribly well. I'm hoping that's something that they fix in Flight Sim 24. Did you ever see Dante's Peak? Yeah, tour guide says volcanic scenic route this way. Right? I love a good volcano fact. That's very good. Murph, can you whack up the Rambog more data? Yes, of course. Sorry. There we go. There's the dashboard. My speed will pick up here now in a moment, because I was reading and I was getting a little bit distracted. But this part of America where we're flying, you know, we've Mount Adams, we've Mount Rainier, and of course we're going to head down to Mount St. Helens. This is a beautiful part of the world to go flying in. And, you know, it's when you think about it, lads, like 40 odd years ago, this thing erupted. And if anyone really has a keen memory, do you remember in Flight Sim X? Remember Flight Sim X? There was actually a helicopter mission in that with the Merlin, EC-1 something Merlin. It was the Mount St. Helens evacuation. Ah, Gibbo's in the house. Story. Welcome aboard, Gibbo. Hope you're well, man. Happy Monday. How's the head? I've only crashed a heli once in the sim, but it's given me some inspiration to do it again. Lads, as I said, chopper flying can be a lot of fun, and like, look at what you could do in terms of the views. I mean, look at this. Look at the cut of this. There's the lads down there by a lake. I mean, this is a very, very beautiful way to explore Microsoft Flight Simulator. It just is, lads. It's stunning. And it's going to be better in Flight Sim 24 because they have all this new kind of AI stuff, creating scenery closer to the ground, and you know what I mean? You have all this sort of cool stuff. Right, so I've regained speed, but also we're using the mountains here. The wind flow in Microsoft Flight Sim, updrafts and downdrafts, but they're helping us out quite a bit. Now, if you like helicopter flying, I highly recommend Flights with Joel. Joel flies choppers quite a lot on his stream, and I think if anyone, you know, if you ever need advice or some pointers when it comes to flying helicopters, again, two things to keep an eye on. One is on helisimmer.com. That's ran by Sergio Costa. Sergio is a lovely, lovely guy, and like his knowledge of helicopters is insane. And then also our very own Epic Fool. Epic flies these things on VATSIM the whole time. It's awesome. Is Flight Sim going to be more laggy for lower NPCs? I wouldn't think so.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
There's the thing. Leave a big shout out to Flights with Joel. Oh, good man yourself. Brilliant. Thank you, Muse. Stockholm Skies, welcome in. Tarner says, how do I remove the co-pilot in the 135? Tarner says, it could be in the weight and balance page. Ian Fisher is here. Hello, Ian. Ian, I'd salute you, but my chopper will go abruptly off course. How are you? Hope you're well. So we're about halfway through our first leg, and as you can see, lads, look at the scenery. Like, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And as I said, helicopter flying, it ain't for the faint-hearted, lads, but it can be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Do you know? There were quite a few GA aircraft flying over the mountain when it blew. Amazing, none were brought down. Damage case, so yeah, right. There was a Cessna 182 flying in the area. There was another Cessna flying. There was a number of helicopters in the area. There was mad devils up rock climbing. And again, if you watch Dante's Peak is pretty much based on, you know, Mount St. Helens. I mean, they even had the story of the person wanting to stay there despite, you know, the imminent danger. Damn, no volcanoes taking me out of my house. Yeah, but you're going to be turned into friggin' ash. They took our jobs. Hey, Surly Dev, good to see you. All the 2024 stuff ain't worth anything without model matching. Kazaki, yeah, man, I don't know, will Flight Sim 24 finally sort out model matching? The good news, we're due a new trailer in and around June the 9th, which should be interesting. Now, I'm just rambling into this kind of a cratery valley here because we can turn left and follow it on up. Because this is very beautiful. You're going to be a crispy critter. Absolutely. Damage Case says, I live in Seattle and have camped out around Mount St. Helens many times. Much fewer people compared to Rainier. Absolutely. Charles Farmer, good to see you. You're very welcome in. Like, volcanoes, is that like a rite of passage, or is that just what kind of movies do to us who are not in America? Did you all have to make a volcano in your school science project? No? Tarnish said, no, Murph, it didn't work. Tarnish, does the 135 have a little iPad thingy?
Pull the big switch, good buddy.
Aviators TV has just raided the channel with a raid of raiders. You're very welcome aboard, lads. Hope you had a great stream. If I let go of me controls, I'm going to disappear off into place. But hello, you're very welcome in. It is I, Murph, or also known as, hey, you behind the bushes. You're very welcome in. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great stream. We're flying here in helicopters in Washington. And it's very pretty. We're heading up to Mount St. Helens. And we're checking it all out. Hope you guys had a great stream. You're very welcome in. Kozaki says, my volcano worked in school. Brilliant. Some say that Rainier blows, it'll be far worse than Mount St. Helens. Ooh, interesting. Impulse UK, you're very welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow, man. Vinegar and baking soda. Yeah. Wasn't that the trick how they made it? I think so. What are we flying, Murph? This is the H125. It's based on the Eurocopter. It was known as the Squirrel. Airbus owned them now. This aircraft is from Cowan Sim. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, man. Oh, Jesus, I nearly put it in the trees. But, like, this is what you can do with choppers. Like, I love this. You can get very low and check out all the terrain around you, you know? Evening from Aviators TV. Lads, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. So, when we talk about Mount St. Helens, the next eruption, and it will erupt again, it'll be worse than 1980, only because it's the shape of the arc of the volcano now. Meaning, magma and pressure needs to be a lot more for it to blow. And it will, do you know? Saint Martini, you're very welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I hope they don't have someone called Brian working with them. Brian? A loud, sudden explosion with no warning. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, lads, pretty much. So don't mind us, we're heading completely the wrong way. We need to turn up here to the right. News, you're going the wrong way! But we'll ramble over here to the right. But isn't this beautiful looking? Like, isn't this beautiful looking? Set up another camera view out of that, Murph. Do you know what I mean? Now you're talking. So we're going to climb over this ridge over to the right hand side and get ourselves back on track. How are we looking here beside us? Hey, there's Wombat. And again, like Cowan Sim, this is a beautiful looking chopper. They did a great job of this, lads. They really did. I mean, look at the state. Look at the state. Beautiful. Anfield should be on your left there. No, they've a warning that St. Helens has started little earthquakes months before it blew. Possibly. Well, here's the thing, right? Mountains, I'll go through the timeline in a bit, but like, it pretty much, it had one eruption about a month before it went kablamo, right? About a month. So, again, like, I go back to Dante's Peak. You need to watch that movie. Pierce Brosnan is excellent. He's really, really good in it. And it's just kind of mad. Like, people think everything's fine until, you know, it's not, you know? Like, when it comes to helicopter flying, and again, this is what we're kind of looking at here. You know, and what was the big volcano in Iceland that blew maybe 10 years ago? Was it even 10 years? Yeah, it's more. It's about 15 years ago. And the ash cloud. I mean, that grounded so many flights in Europe. That was ridiculous because, well, volcanic ash was getting into the engines. You can't have that crack, lads. So they grounded so many flights. And, you know, it's this conception, ash will be grand. Well, it won't be grand. Volcanic ash, I mean, that thing was seen from friggin' space. Apart from the ash being what it is, when the volcano erupted, I mean, that ash was absolutely boiling. Its temperature, I mean, it was boiling ash, right? And that's before you get into magma and lava flows and all this jazz. The steam coming off. Yeah, I'll try that name there now. It was the Geological volcano. As we like to call it, the big volcano. Yeah, that was kind of... Oh, jeez, look at the ridge here. Same with the Iceland one went bang. Yeah, so didn't one in Iceland go off only a few months ago? I'm almost certain there was a volcanic eruption in Iceland a couple of months ago. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Lads, look at the scenery here. Look at the state of that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just stunning? And again, the advantages of flying helicopters, I mean, you can really get close to places. Hover and even land. I mean, there's almost no restrictions, you know? Yeah, it was the one near Keflavik. Yeah, that's the one, Dol. That's the one. But again, like, I remember I was in Tenerife and Teide, I think it's called? Teide? And it was like being on another planet up near the summit of the volcano. It was like another planet. The rock formations, the colour, the ash, the lava, that's all dried up and, you know, cooled down. Turns into rock formations. Like, absolutely incredible looking. Nuts looking, you know. Hey, Corn Wolf, good to see you. Not sure about Wipeout, but it'll do a fair bit of damage to anyone around the Atlantic coast on both sides. Yeah. And like, again, you know, the Icelandic eruption, that just bellowed friggin' ash cloud and toxins and all this sort of jazz. Poor old Greta, was she even born then? She would have had a terrible days out, you know. Although maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't complain about all the gases that thing released. That was natural. How dare you? Right, do you know? But again, getting back to choppers anyway, and the role helicopters have, not just for geologists, but, you know, medical, science, all this sort of jazz. Well, choppers can get you in and out of places, naturally, that fixed-wing aircraft just can't. Now, the advantages, of course, to your fixed-wing, they're more stable. They tend to be faster. And, well, they can kind of fly better in more challenging weather. But when it comes to helicopters, and the one that we're kitted out with today, I mean, we have our cameras, you know, we have everything set up for what's going to be our research, and our we're going to be analysing the volcano. And like, there's people who do this for a living. You're destroying my childhood. She was born in 2003. She would have thought so. It's mad. Like, choppers are just mad. NASA put helicopters on Mars. Technically with the drone, right? Good example is Air Greenland. They use helicopters for hard to reach places in Greenland. Absolutely. So, like, you know, we love flying our fixed wing, be it our general aviation or our airliners and all this jazz. But you know, the chopper flying, it can be just incredible. Just incredible. And like, the places you can get these things in and out of, and the discipline, you know, it's as I said, it's so very rewarding. So very, very rewarding. And then the next step will be taking these things on VATSIM and operate them within a controlled airspace. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. So here is our first airport of the night. It's just down here below us. Now, to bring us in here, we're going to watch our speed. And we're going to start lowering out that collective. And we're going to take our time here trying to bring us down. Isn't this scenery incredible? Ultimate bushcraft, really is. So what I'm doing now, I've lowered the collective. I'm trying to kind of, you know, stabilize and level the aircraft. That's going to bleed off our speed. All the while I'm maintaining a negative vertical situation. As if we're descending, yeah? And the angle of attack is important here because, you know, you'll often see helicopters coming in and like they're right back like this. That just means that they're slowing down their vertical speed. We don't have things like air brakes or spoilers we can deploy. It's all to do with the angle of attack. And then, when, you know, adding power or reducing power, well, you got to be on your anti-torque pedals. That's what they're for. They're to counteract the torque of the main rotor spinning. If you ever wanted to know how a chopper works, so you have your top rotor, and then you have your tail rotor. Usually the tail rotor spins at twice the speed of your top rotor. That counteracts it. Now, yes, if you do descend too much, it'll stall. And if you look at the shape of each rotor, the laminar flow is still there. The wing shape. I'll show you when we stop. That's all there. Now, there's ways to recover from a stall in a helicopter. There's ways to recover from an engine out in a helicopter. It's called vortex ring state, and it's interesting to say the least. Have you seen volocopters? I think they spend the end of helicopters in the coming decades. Do you reckon? It's hard to call. Like, I mean, you look at the H60. That thing has like auto takeoff, auto land. Murph, Swiss Air Rescue Riga are amazing what they can do with a helicopter. Oh yeah, like Jesus. I remember watching a video on Fabio's channel, the Flying Fabio, and he was showing us. It was a Bell 206, I think, working as a tree logger. He was picking up trees in one location, flying like a devil, and like dropping them into, careful Murph, dropping them into a truck, into a trailer. Incredible. Okay, so we're going to watch our speed coming down here now. Keep the nose back. Speed is dropping, vertical speed is okay, and it's purely a balancing act here. So we want to get our speed down below 40 knots. We're a lot more safe for manoeuvring under 40 knots. And our rate of descent here is about 500 feet a minute. And we'll start correcting. Keep an eye out for any obstacles. And pick your spot, and pick it from far away, because especially when you're starting out with helicopters, trying to like react to say, oh, I'm going to put it down there. You want to be taking your time on an approach and a descent. Because if you rush to get down, it's going to make a mess. It just is. You know what I mean? So we have a little spot down here. I'm going to try and put it in. So it's all about timing. And again, just as we did taking off, eyes forward, check the horizon, and that's going to give you a good sense of your vertical situation. Are you climbing or are you descending? Into a little spot here. Again, you can't see it, but my pedals are giving it absolute socks here at the minute. Easy now. Easy, easy, easy. Alright. A little bit rough, but we're grand. 200 feet a minute in a chopper. Yeah, it's not bad, right? It's not bad. So, look at this. This is class looking. And all the different choppers we have here, lads. This is incredible. And again, like, we have so many great options for helicopters now in the sim. There are some crackers out there. The Robinson, yeah, the R44 and the 22. They also have an auto crash instead of auto rotation. So this airport, it's 55 Sierra, Packwood. And I'll show you here on the Navigraph. Like, lads, you talk about a stunning place to fly. This entire region, it's incredible for flying. There's Rainair, that's 2 or 6 o'clock. That's behind us. That's friggin' huge. So, like, if we look out the window here, it's over that neck of the woods. Or is it over this neck of the woods? It's probably over this neck of the woods. Now, what I want to do, I want to bring the old engines down because I want to show you what the rotor looks like, right? So, let me see. Whack off the gens. Bring our throttle all the way out. And I've no fuel shut off, but if we go engine off, there's our warnings. That's helping us. And we can put in a small bit of rotor brake. Usually you have to wait for the RPM and all that jazz to really slow down. Let's have an now look. Irish Gav here, good to see you. Solo Wing, welcome in. Wayland Utani, you have a pleasant evening, my guy. Thank you so much for flying. So with the rotor brake extended, I don't know what the red one does. What does the red one do? Let's not hit the big blue or the big red switch. Now, I wanted to show you the shape of the rotor. So you guys see that shape, yeah? I mean, doesn't it look like the wing of like a Cessna? Same idea, right? And because these spin and spin and spin and spin, and they spin so fast, well, it means then, technically, it's forming a wing, a disc, and that's how the chopper works. And then the main rotor speed is going to be doubled by the tail rotor. And again, look at the shape of the blade. You have the same... There's a Junkers. Crikey. You have the same shape. That same flow of the wing. It's mad, isn't it? That's why they're classified as rotary wing. Correct. Correct. And then the engine that's in this. So, like, if we wanted to say, right, okay, this chopper is a great little chopper, right? Those sounds are amazing. The sounds are amazing. So, the Eurocopter AS350... or now it's known as the Airbus 125. Well, it's a single-engine light utility helicopter originally designed and manufactured in France by Aerospatiale and Eurocopter, now Airbus. In North America, it's marketed as the A-Star, and the AS355 Ucrael 2 is the twin-engine variant marketed in North America as the Twin Star. It first flew in 1975 and it's in service since. Some 7,000 of these have been built, with another 3,500 built as the AS350. Now, the engine on this, right? And there's loads of different variants. She's flown all over the world. Like, all over the world. Nearly every country operates these, right? Now, the engine, right? So the power plant is a Turbo Mecha Aerial 2B turbo shaft engine, 848 horsepower. There's power in this, right? Power in this. The main rotor area is about 89 square meters. What do we have now? Height, length, empty weight, grand. Cruise speed is about 132 knots. Never exceed 155. It has a range of 357 nautical miles. Endurance of just over 4 hours. Its service ceiling technically 15,000 feet. But there have been changes to that. And if we have a look here at the real world variant, well, here's a cockpit. Now it looks a little bit different than what we have with Cowan Sim. But you can see from this main panel here, they're very customizable. You know, depending on their need, but they change a lot of these. Do you know what I mean? And then you can see just the different layout. LAPD, of course. Like, there are so many of these. Yeah, one reached... Really? Unofficially? Jesus. So you get the idea of these choppers. And they're very popular. As I said, like, you'll see these... Are we right in saying they're kind of the 172 of the rotary ring? I mean, these things are super popular. Here's a modern one, military one, and you can just see the differences that they have. The Irish Air Corps one that they use for the Garda Air Support Unit, that had a lot of glass in there. A lot of glass. But they're a nice looking machine, aren't they? Now, if we were to put in Irish Air Corps, images, right? So the Garda Air Support Unit. So they would have started off with what we called it the Squirrel. They now have a 135 in place. So there it is there, look. That's the original Garda helicopter. And you can see her here, look. Mad, isn't it? Oh, the Bell 206. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. 100%, Colonel Fork. Yeah. Good call. I forgot about the 206. Chiba Hawk, good to see you. So, yeah, the Irish flew this thing for the cops. And then, of course, they've the one... I think she's a 135. And then, obviously, the Air Corps operate these fellas. These are absolutely nuts. I've been in them. We were taken for a joyride one day when we were playing soldiers. And, of course, they have the Bell Augusta 139. An absolutely incredible helicopter. And I need one of these in the sim. Because these are just class looking, right? They're class. Should go away to be Jesus. Aren't they pretty? And like the Irish Air Corps history, when it comes to helicopters, lads, Jesus, like, I mean, they're search and rescue, all that sort of jazz. They operated the Gazelles, the Alouettes, and of course the SA-365 Dauphin 2 helicopters. The Dauphin being my absolute favourite helicopter. Well, that and the Alouette. The two of them are like, yes, please. Taig's Hangar is actually making a Dauphin. This probably looks familiar to anyone in the US. They use these in the Coast Guard. Slightly different model. The ray dome on this was different. Aerospatiale made this. This is the French designed Dauphin. And a number of years ago, the Irish Air Corps lost one of these down in Tremor. I used to play football with some of the crew on their lunch breaks. Terribly sad. They crashed into a sand dune on the way back after completing a successful mission. Used to repair the rotor blades on a 139, says Cyrus. No way! The 139 is gorgeous, lads, and you can see from the front of it, she's similar enough. You can see the links in the background. It's very similar to it, do you know what I mean? Munkali, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Was that an Irish chopper that crashed at a wedding? Yes! So an Irish Air Corps Alouette crash wedding. There's probably a video of this. There is. So this is brilliant, right? Yes, take beautiful photographs here. Because they brought an Alouette out for the flight. Yeah, 202. Yeah, they brought the Alouette out for a spin, and then it went kerplunk. Try explain that one. Ooh. Wait now, where was that? Was that down in Kennedy? That's your man's chopper, isn't it? No, it's not Kennedy. Jesus. But yeah, the old 202, well, they recovered it after. Love the Alouette. Yeah. It needed a bat. So, like, when I was a kid, when we lived in Baldonnel, it was a thing that the pilots used to do. They used to get an Alouette to fly, drop a winchman down, he'd a box of milk tray and a bottle of champagne, and he used to give that to the bride. It was brilliant at a wedding, right? And that was just the done thing, right? They'd line everyone out, there'd be photographs taken, you know, the officers' mess building in Baldonnel, that was the backdrop. You had the Alouette, you know, 100 feet off the ground, winchman down, the box of milk tray, the bottle of champ, and off he went. It was brilliant. Used to love that. Every other Saturday during the summertime in Baldonnel there'd be weddings on. And yeah, 202 had a bit of a dip. Oh, jeez. Imagine trying to explain that, right? What did you do today? Well, it was all going terribly well until suddenly a gust of wind came and I lost control of the chopper, sir. And then it got very wet very quick, right? But anyway, that's the story there. So we jump back into our chopper. Reset the view. And we're going to be heading on from this location. And next up, lads, we're going to head down to Mount St. Helens. So we're going to be on a heading of 206 degrees. It's a 32-mile trek. So we should see Mount Adams on our left. We shouldn't see much out on our right hand side, but there's a couple of things we can see. I think there's some POIs in the sim as well. Spirit Lake, and we can see some of the landslide debris. We'll actually see some of the debris. It's only 40 years ago when this was all here, right? Now, I think people on the north were okay. When it erupted, she originally blew down this neck of the woods and then it turned, yeah? So we're going to approach from the northeast and then see how we go from there. So we want a heading of about 206 degrees. And our next stop then is going to be the volcano. So with our aircraft currently in a shutdown state, keep our throttle in the off position. We're going to add in some power. Turn off your rotor brake, you muppet. There we go. Engine starting to spool. We should see rotation here now. There she goes. We're going to get ourselves ready to go. 44 years. Yeah. Up and at them. The Irish invented and then perfected the helicopter crash. That's brilliant. It looks like Harvey's pointed on Donegal. I think it was in Wicklow. I could be wrong. I remember one went down. They were all right. Them lads were all right. Unfortunately, when the Dauphin went down, no one was all right. The entire crew perished. That was really sad. Like, I remember, like, you can imagine, right? They brought back all the parts. They had to do the whole air crash investigation, and it was in number 1 hangar, and like Jesus, I was in number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hangar 4. Sorry, it was in hangar 4. And they had a massive tarpaulin sheet coming down one side of the hangar. And like there was thousands of pieces of that helicopter laid out. The pilots, they used to have these combat knives on their leg, right? It's just like a flip pen. They'd have it on the outside of their buckle. Well, they found one 8 feet down into the sand dune. They hit it full force, like disaster. I've a wedding photo in the same spot minus the helicopter. Nice. Okay, generator can come online. Horn, put it back on. And hey, Yaki Booze on the Betsy. Right, let's see. Look at that livery. Let's see what we can do here, friends. So it's going to be takeoff, kind of head this direction. So let's see what we're going to do. Did the champagne bottle survive? There's a story behind that. Before we go, and you didn't hear this from me, but I remember 2 certain pilots having a bet one night in the Bremen Bar. This is a real story. 2 pilots had a bet in the Bremen Bar, and the bet was who can actually fly their helicopter and land it inside the hangar. I thought they were messing. Then I went up camp the next day to see what all the hullabaloo was about, and here's an Alouette flying into and landing inside the hangar. Needless to say, the lads were demoted to mess officer duties for the next couple of months. Hilarious. I bet you I'll get it in. No, you won't. And, like, you're talking feet on either side. Nuts. Anyway, up and at them. Oh, Jesus, go handy, Murph, go handy. There we go. Easy. Easy. Okay, fly the runway heading. And let's see how we can get on. Okay, we're looking a bit safer here now. Speed is coming up, torque is good. Vertical speed is looking good. And we're out of here. Hey, shoot the bandit! Good to see you, man! Wow, look at that lake in there. Look at that, it's beautiful. This is a stunning part of the world, isn't it? It's absolutely freaking gorgeous here. Look at us in our helicopters. Yes. That's sound though, you know what I mean? It's got, I remember another year at an air show, same pilot, he took on a bet with a Canadian Apache crew. They were flying the Apache gunship. And I knew they were Canadians because they wore like the Mountie hats, right? And I don't know what the bet was, but it was like something brilliant, as in, you know, oh, I'll be able to, you know, I'll it's something to do with a whoopee cushion, I think, with one of the wheels. We put the whoopee cushion on the ground, we'll put our chopper over it, and you'll hear the fart noise from the whoopee cushion, and the Canadians are like, "Oh yeah, that's cute. We'll cut your hedge." Huh? They cut the hedge, so across from the at the back of the mess, there's like trees and a hedgerow, and it was some evening, probably on a Saturday. You know, they're all down in the mess in the Bradman having a couple of beers and whatever. Next thing you hear the bump, 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 bump. And here comes this friggin' Apache, and you just see bits of trees and hedges going airborne. They put the rotors down, and they trimmed the top of the hedge at the back of the mess. Like, this was nuts. Like, they did a damn good job. It was a straight and everything. Negative Viper, not on our direct flight route. But this is nice here. Look at the formation here. It's gorgeous. Yous are doing great back there, lads. Beautiful. Right, get a bit of rotor trim in here now. Take the pressure off us. Does anyone try DCS? It's only for combat, isn't it? Roy, it is only, well, it's designed for combat. I mean, you can certainly fly around the thing. You know, do air show stuff if you like, or just go on flights. But it's designed for combat. Very good. DCS is very good. Also, if you're into your Eric Flight is in the chat. Welcome in, Raiders. Eric, hope you're well, man. Haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're very well. Thank you so much for the raid. You join us here flying in the Airbus, the 125. This is from Cowan Sim. And we're exploring volcanoes in Microsoft Flight Sim. We've picked out 5 volcanoes. Last week was Mount Fuji in Japan. Tonight we're in the United States. We're checking out Mount St. Helens, which erupted back in 1980. And that's where we're headed for here now in a moment. But yeah, like, so if you're into your heli, if you're into your chopper flying, there are great options in DCS, and there's also great options in X-Plane. Some really good choppers in X-Plane. But they're a death trap, rather. They're very dangerous. Sander Hemming, you take care. Have a great evening. There's Wired Lad. Right, see, can I bring up my notes? Someone keep an eye on me plane, or my helicopter. They're aircraft Stetsons. Are they the same as the Apache, though? I could have sworn they were an Apache. Old Man Solo. Do they look like an Apache? As in the same layout? And they're just configured differently, perhaps? Cutler says, looking forward to the AW139. Yes. Yes. We need those in our lives, man. Maybe they weren't Canadian, but I could have sworn they were Canadians. I'll have to go back and check. Ask my sister, she was there as well. What I was wondering, flying a helicopter requires a good controller, or it helps? It definitely helps. Do you know? Because you need something that has the ability for very sensitive inputs. Do you know what I mean? Now, you can still fly a helicopter with an Xbox controller, but you're going to need the assists turned on. You know what I mean? This is pretty. Stunning. Oh, Jesus! What? Shh, it's fine. We nearly hit a tree, but it's grand. We got around it, lads. Totally fine. Man, look at the forest areas here. Look at this. This is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus. Right, where's my notes? So, the historical timeline of the eruption now. You ready for this, are you? So, on the 20th of March 1980, a series of small earthquakes signalling the reawakening of Mount St. Helens. On March 27th, the volcano erupts for the first time in over 100 years with a steam explosion that creates a new crater. On May 18th, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake triggers a massive landslide, the largest in recorded history, that is followed by a lateral blast that devastates the surrounding area. May 19th, the eruption continues with ash reaching heights of 12 miles. A height of 12 miles and spreading across the United States. And between 1980 and 2008, continuous volcanic activity with dome-building eruptions and periodic steam and ash emissions. Look at the rock there, look. Tower Rock? Is that what that is? Wait now, is that Tower Rock out of, what was that movie? Close Encounters. Is that where we are? Is that where we are? Is that the rock out of Close Encounters? Will you get out of town? What was the tune? Do 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 do. No, it's not. That was Devil's Rock. Oh, Devil's Tower. Ah, right. Okay, lads, it's not the one. But it's close to it. It's close as we're going to get to something like that tonight. Jesus, that's a POI in the sim. Look at the detail on it. Can we put the chopper down on the thing? Let's see what happens. Oh, Jesus. Easy. 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 Can we put the chopper down on the thing? There should be enough room for all of us. Let's see what we can do here. Easy does it now. Gently. Don't burst into it, Murphy. Easy. Easy. Oh, Jesus. Get her down. Get her down. Get her down. Not terribly flat ground here, Murph. Hang on. Am I going through that? You found a good spot. Oh, we've contact right. What do we like in the left? Let's just hold it there. We're hovering, sorta. Let's get out of here before we get in trouble. Oh, Jesus, the plane nearly hit us. Malton Aviation, good to see you, man. Hey, Bev, good to see you. Right, let us continue on our endeavours. Spin around here to the left, and all should be well. Flew up to Carlisle once and arrived. There was a load of Dutch army guys guarding a hangar full of Apaches. Turned out that they'd been messing around low level. One of them had caught an ILS. Oh, really? Yeah, I need to find out, was that... The Canadians, they don't fly Apaches, they're called something else. But are they basically another name for an Apache, though? Murph, I need you flying in a Huey. Yes! I get too excited to find the Huey. Get some. Do I have the Huey? I could have the Huey. I know I have the Gazelle in DCS. I have the Gazelle. But yeah, so, Jesus, the eruption here was like, holy mother of Jesus. They put them, you know, they put an evacuation in with the town. People started going nuts. A month later, they were like, I want to go back and visit me house. And they did. The local government actually got people to sign a waiver to say, well, you can't hold the town council to blame by going back inside the, you know, exclusion zone. You know what I mean? Let me see. TC is a Hubu. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. There's a Tech Ubi. How do you pronounce your name? I'm totally lost. If you fly the Huey, you need to fly the Valkyries or Fortunate Son. Oh, yes. That's just a yes. You know what I mean? Canada never have gunships. Huey Chinooks or Kiowas. I think they weren't Canadian, so. Hey, Wayne Prefontaine is here. Good to see you. Where were these lads from? I need to go back and I'll ask my sister where them lads are from. The last big air show in Baldonnel was in 1997. Yeah, 97. So like, we're going back a while. Do you know what I mean? All the trees and paths were like chopsticks, all the same direction. They were. Not only that, Roy, there are trees that were killed when this thing erupted, still standing today. Like, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. We're not far, lads. We're going to be approaching it here now shortly. And what we're looking for is that horseshoe, the horseshoe crater. Is Bray on this year? Yeah, I believe so. Watch your speed here, Murph. So we're doing well. Our fuel is low, but we're okay. I hope. Nature at its maddest. Absolutely was. So as we rumble down this way, straight ahead of us, dead ahead of us, that be it. Look at the state of that, lad. Look at the cut of that. Can you see it out the window? Look at the cut of it. And to think the thing dropped nearly, 800 feet off its peak, collapsed. Crazy. How we all doing behind us, lads? Ah, look at the state of that. That's brilliant. That's, that'd be Rainier in our background, would it be? Rainier? What a beautiful place to go flying. 1,300 feet of it. Yeah, that's nuts. Now, there's a lake over here on the right-hand side. I'm going to meander towards that lake first. Like, the distance where we are now from the volcano, this would have been classed inside the danger area. Funny enough. There's a little peak inside the crater now. Yeah. So what had happened was, the side of the volcano, after the first eruption, back in March, right? Whatever happened with the magma trying to get out, it got blocked, so it started going another side, and the mountain started to bulge on one side, started pushing out one area. Something like 5 feet a day, the thing was being pushed out until wablamo. It was like a balloon inflating on one side of it, and then kerplunk. Spirit Lake, correct tonight. We'll head up there to Spirit Lake just to have an idea. Because the view of this thing, lads, it's absolutely stunning. Sterling says, I used to live around Seattle, but we moved by the time the mountain erupted. Jesus, yeah. Oh, wow, look at this. Wow, look at the trees down here. What's going on here, look? Careful, Murph. So there are some POIs in the sim for this region. This is very interesting what we're coming across here, look. It was the biggest bang since Murph fell off his chair. I want to go down and inspect this down here, look. I don't know what we're actually looking at, but it's most unusual in the sim. You guys see what I'm seeing? Lake Ryan. What's the significance down here, look? Like, look at the colours and textures of the whole region. Like, it's absolutely insane looking. Does anyone... Do you guys have these in your sim as well? Look at the trees! Careful, Chopper. Let's see, can we get her down in here for a landing? Hey, 40 Gumball, good to see you. Great idea for a series stream. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I thought it was interesting, lads. Look at the state of this. Hang on now, we try and put her down somewhere here. Just so we can see. And what's the significance of all this? You know what I mean? Easy, 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 Murph. Easy. Easy. Alright, put her down. Put her down. Put her down. Oof. Right. We felt every bit of that. Look at this. So what's this area called? Lake Ryan? Lake Ryan? Yeah, it is. Look at this. Lake Ryan. What was once a nice short loop hike for families on the east side of Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument has been lost to downed trees and heavy brush. Thankfully, the lake is still visible. Like much of the landscape, the area was devastated back in 1980. 3 campers staying here lost their lives. But while much of the area around Ryan Lake was open to salvage logging, Ryan Lake was allowed to remain in its natural post-blast state to recover. Jesus, this is like that from the volcano. Lads, look at the state of this.
Oh, Jesus.
And like, the sim has this as a point of interest. Isn't that friggin' nuts? Jesus. This is eerie, isn't it? Look at the cut of this. All the trees are blown down. It's nuts. Man, this is class. Muse adding to the carnage over there. Hey, Hammy is here. Good to see you, Hammy. The water in the lake is very acidic. I'd well believe it. Did you say there were some tents over here? This is mad. Isn't this mad? It's like all the trees here, they were left as what, like, imagine the force of that blast. And like these, they're dead, like, they're dead. And like, just to put things into perspective, there's the volcano from here. You can't even see the shagging thing from here, can you? Such was the blast. That's just incredible. Isn't that cool? It is an eerie sight for sure. I've never seen this in the sim before. I didn't even know this is modeled. This is awesome. This is awesome. But yeah, very eerie sight considering... I mean, imagine how picturesque and beautiful this would have been. And then all of a sudden, bang. Like you're talking, what was the strength of Mount St. Adam or Mount St. Helens? This will put things into perspective. Strength of Mount St. Helens. It produced the force produced 10 to 50 megatons of TNT. That's the equivalent of 25,000 atomic bombs. What?
Oh, Jesus.
And that's from, like, what? Superheated gases and rocks exploded out of the volcano sideways at speeds of up to 400 miles per hour. 25,000 atomic bombs. Jesus. That's insane, lads, isn't it? That's absolutely insane. And this is in your sim. This is default scenery. It's probably part of the US, what do they call it? The POIs and that? That's just absolutely friggin' nuts. Anyway, we shall continue on with our endeavours. Now, lads, I will say, check your fuel. Because if you're like me, you're going to be very, very low on the fuel. You're up there now, just isn't it? Right. Anything man has made pales in comparison to what nature can do. That's so true, Colonel Fork. Nature, am I right? Sterling, right? That's insane, lads. 25,000 atomic bombs, like. Jesus. Ah. Oh, that's an apple flavour. Holy water. That's what I'm drinking. Holy water! Exclamation holy! It's an alternative to sugary energy drinks. It changed the climate for a little while. It was nuts. It was heard at the Saskatchewan, is it? 700 miles away. Jesus. Right. What are we doing here, Murph? We want to fly, Murph. Want to fly. Why is my cursor after changing? Not important. Right. That's just mad looking. And it's so cool that we found this place. Alright. Let's continue on. We're kicking up some dust. Yep, see Daisy. Easy. Don't go into the trees. Man alive, that place is eerie. It goes on for a fair bit, doesn't it? That's insanely cool, isn't it? It really is. That's so interesting. Right, lads, keep your eyes out for other POIs in this area. I'm sure we're going to see, like, lava flows and stuff. You know, where lava had flowed and then it all went kind of, you know, it didn't. You know what I mean? Okay. There's even, I mean, look at the river here, like. We'll see what we can see. None of us have discovered that if it did... Say that again. None of us might have discovered that if we didn't take a wander. 100% Sighty. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. You gotta love that about the flight sim, though. Ah, like... When might you ever have figured that one out? You know what I mean? Okay, so Spirit Lake is next. That's just up here. We keep going. It's slightly on our 1 o'clock position. What hubris we have as humans to think we can do anything to best nature. We can't control it. Not at all. Like, at best we can interrogate it. That's about it. How are we doing so far, lads? We all doing okay? How are your choppers flying? Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so over this ridge here. And again, just keep your eyes out for stuff. It's even better than Dante's Peak. I'm telling you, right? It's nuts. Patrick Doyle, good to see you. My favourite helicopter in the world of Wexford.
Hello there.
Meta Cheddar, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome in. Alright, let's get over this ridge here and let's just show us what Spirit Lake is. And then we're going to see the volcano head on. Yeah, that's right over this ridge. Speed is good. Vertical speed is good. There it is right in front of us. Look at the cut of that, lads. Wow. Look at it. Jesus. That there is Mount St. Helens. Look at the cut of it, lads. Oh, we got you covered. Bit of tunage. Isn't this something? Absolutely stunning. Like, right? The absolute state of this, right? We shouldn't really, but sure, like, it'd be a bit rude not to. We'll try and put the devil down, shall we? You know, without dying, I suppose. Oh, jeez, we're going backwards. Easy, easy, easy. Hang on now. We're just trying to get a bit of persuasion now into the gadget. Hang on, lads. We're going to try and put it down here now. Jesus, look at the state of this. Look at the cut of this, lads. Easy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Easy. Recover the situation. Oh, no, don't stutter. Recover the situation. And touch down. No, put it down, Murph. Don't go up. Put it down. Put it down. Right. Jesus, that was close. Right. Ooh, what are we doing? Yes. It's otherworldly, isn't it? It's otherworldly, lads. Look at the state of this. Like, look at that view out there. Like, look at that. Hey, Toto, good to see you, man. No, we're not technically on the summit. This is near the part where it exploded. So, like, see this ridge line behind us? This went all the way around. But all of this part collapsed. It all collapsed, right? And that's what makes the thing absolutely friggin' nuts looking. I wonder, is there, do we have like a video of this? Mount St. Helens eruption. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Fox News. Let's have a look. I'll actually show the gadget. Ah, you gotta love the 1980s where everyone had a weird looking mustache. Look at this though, right? Jesus, he has camera lighting like me. Orange face man. Look at that. Man alive, isn't it unreal? Incredible. You stay classy, San Diego. It's really one of them, isn't it? Ah, good old David Johnson look. Whoa, look at that look. Jesus. Lads, that's absolutely mad looking, isn't it? Look at that.
Jesus.
Jesus. That is crazy. And let's see, can we actually see, you know, the gadget doing... Oh yeah, look, here it is here. Look at this, right? These are photographs taken. Look, see how the whole side of the mountain collapsed. Oh my god, look at that. Let's see that again. Okay, Tom. Look at it there, right? Look, that's the way it was before it all went, like, you know what I'm saying? Right, now look what happens. The whole thing collapses. Kabloom. That is absolutely mad. Jesus, look at the carnage then. Look at the 12 miles high. That smoke, or the ash, 12 miles high, lads. And it just left behind it, like, devastation, just, like, look at that. Look how close the planes are to it. Wrong Stuff says, I was volunteering at a public radio station and heard the bells ring on the wire service teletype for a news alert. And the bridge, look, all the trees and the mudslide. Jesus, lads. Isn't that incredible? The whole place, look, covered in ash. There's them trees we were looking at earlier on, look. That's just insane looking, isn't it? There's a story of people surviving riding a log down the river. Yeah, I read into that damage case. This guy here, Truman, I think his surname was, he was no relation to the president. He said, no, feck this, I'm staying put. You know what happens next, he didn't make it out. "57 people who lost their lives." Jesus, man. That's nuts. Look at that. Look at that for a shot. It's pure ash, lads. Look. That's just insane looking. Mud flows are incredible. Yeah. Look how deep the car is buried. Look. Jesus. Satellite view. Spewed 520 million tons of ash. Man, that's crazy. I was reading, like, people had to clear the ash off the roofs because the roofs were going to collapse under the weight. Still stands as the worst. Wow, look at that that's a great reference shot. Look at this. That's how it looked. I remember we were telling it looked like Fuji-san or Mount Fuji, right? So that was it, you know, before. And after the thing erupted, Jesus, lads. Yeah, the water level rises, glaciers completely melted. That's incredible looking. A before and after. Look at it. That's nuts. All the beautiful trees and how green it is, and then it's like, no. Looks like a Bob Ross painting before the eruption. It does. Friendly little tree over here. Happy little clouds. And then it's like, oh god, your easel fell over. Right? Look at the trees here, like, that's just incredible. And what's so interesting about this, I mean, it's 40 odd years ago, like, that's how how early it was, right? You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off, right? Nature will recover and then boom all over again. Yep. If you're on the round trip on the volcano, there is an eruption. You would still like to take a chopper after watching Dante's Peak. Ruben, no, not at all. The ash plume even reached as far wide as southern Ontario. Wow. That's so very interesting, isn't it? Look. The whole thing just collapsed. So we go from this to that. Look at it there now. It's still a beautiful volcano. And like, this is the thing, right? All the nutrients, the you know, the friggin' everything that came out of that had such a diverse effect. You talk about fertile lands. The most fertile. Again, the big boom was 286 decibels. Jesus, they heard it 100 kilometers away. That's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And like, here we are in Microsoft Flight Sim getting to experience this. Look at the lava there, like, look, it's all dried lava. Let's see, can we go out to where that vantage point was? They were down here at the lake, weren't they? Like, this is nuts. That's why the Azores are so green. Yeah, lots of nutrients and minerals coming from the volcanoes. 100%. That's not too far off now, the that camera angle, right? Isn't this so cool? Like, this is a flight simulator, lads, right? Oh, man alive, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Look at the state of that. That's just incredible. Mind is blown sideways. The mind has been blown sideways. That's incredible. People within 100 kilometers heard nothing. And then, yeah, it's mad. Just think what the computer graphics would be like when it went up. Yeah, yeah. Mount Baker is a huge mountain to the north of here. This is in a flight sim. I mean, would you get out of town, will you? Do you know what I mean? Incredible. Oh, I just love this about the sim. I mean, total exploration and learning new things, and it's, oh lads, this is brilliant. You know, it's why Hawaii is a paradise. Yeah, man. And like, you look at kind of around oh, what's the name of it, Vesuvius. Look around Vesuvius, right? Incredible, absolutely insane. Yeah, it really is, Mr. Dan, really is. If conditions are good, you'll see Mount Baker. It's 289 kilometers away. Jesus. Right, let's put a bit of power in. We're heading on to Portland. 40 nautical miles. Easy, easy. Kicking up some dust. Alrighty. So we want to go over the far side of the old volcano. We need to do a UE. A bit of collective in here now. Over the ridge. Like, you talk about the absolute devastation. Hey, Mark Burton is here. Good to see you. Oh, Ruben, I'd say if you change the time of day, some of the lighting effects you get here, they would be stunning. And like, okay, look at the sim has done quite a good job here, but like a lot of volcanoes in the sim, they're not really there. You know what I mean? It'd be great to see them, you know, adding more details in here, or even some custom scenery. I don't know. Jesus, we're under pressure trying to climb out of this. We'll make it. I'm sure we'll make it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. The scale of it, though, yeah, isn't it nuts? Look at this, lads. And, like, the views from here, like, look at that view behind us. I mean, look how good that looks. Is that Rainier behind us? Or Rainer? Right, we're heading for this little gap here. A custom pre-1980 of St. Helens would look cool in the sim. Oh, yeah. I saw some nice volcanoes in Chile. Oh, nice. Yeah, Chile would have lots of them. Wow, look at the mountains here, look. Jesus, look at the two of them. Oh, look at that view, lads. Look at the cut of this. That's incredible looking. Ah, lads, this is beautiful. Look at this for the view. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Rainier is near Seattle. What am I looking at then? Soda Peak, that's called. Whoa! Mount Hood. That was Rainier to the north and Mount Hood. Gotcha. Ah, lads, this place is stunning. It's just incredible. Hood is 99 kilometers from us. Like, what a beautiful place to go flying in, right? Alright, speed is looking good. Altitude's coming down a little bit. And we need to continue our turn here to the right. We're heading down to Portland. And that's where our full stop is going to be, down at Portland International. Mount Adams is about 55 clicks to the east. Okay. This is stunning. Guys, we're doing 170 knots. We shouldn't be doing that in this chopper. It's grand. That's the worst that could happen. Don't answer that. Man, look at the lakes down here. Look at this. That's our backdrop. And it looks absolutely incredible. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Mr. Don is, come on, you devil. He's trying to get out of it. You poor old devil, God love you. Right, we'll do some tunage. Oh, yes. Trying to get the water effects. Don't mind that bit, we didn't crash. We got some water effects, compliments of Sim FX. Look at the cut of it. Yeah, baby, look at the state of it. That is savage looking, isn't it? They're the new water effects by Sim FX. I gotta say, for choppers, that looks really good. So hot right now. Right, no one saw that crash. Let's get out of here quick. Up you devil. Super tight clipped it. Oh no. Man, that's beautiful. Cap Kira, welcome in. Thank you so very much indeed. 33 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Hope you're keeping well. Flying helis is hard. I'm so over it. This is beautiful, lads. What an adventure indeed. Isn't this great? There's a dam! Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So we got some custom scenery coming down into Portland. I think it's from Flight Beam. It's quite an old scenery, but should give us something kind of nice to look at as we approach here. Like, man, that was really nice. That was a beautiful flight. Is anyone else's right or left arm now completely geeshed? Right? Marv, where's your channel for crash clips in Discord? Oh, the Bremen bar. Horse them in, it'll be grand. So as I was saying, we have a busy week of flying. Tomorrow night, lads, we're taking the Tomahawk out for a spin. Departing Liverpool, we're going to head out to Humberside and then it's down to Duxford. Wednesday night, we bring you the news and we're going to be checking out Flight Factor's 777 version 2 over in X-Plane. Thursday night, we have another group flight. That's flying... oh no, that's a VATSIM flight, I beg your pardon. Thursday night is VATSIM. And then on Friday night, we're taking out the newly updated FS Reborn Sting S4 for a flight in Colombia. I'm looking forward to that with the new G3X. And it's a busy week busy week. Looking forward to it though. But this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is just great. I mean, look at the size of the thing still in the background. Look how it dominates the skyline. Beautiful. We got all the Fireflies in tow. That's amazing. That's so cool. We got a good old group of folks flying with us tonight. The more practice, the better. I'm waiting on Portland. 100%. Mr. Dan, all the multiplayer just disappeared? Really? A Microsoft game simulator losing multiplayer? Get out of town. That'd never happen. Fake news right there. Happens in Forza as well. #1. I don't know where it is. It ought to be up there now though, Airlock. This is a part of the world I would love to visit. It's absolutely stunning. I'd say some of the drives around here, oh man, I say they're incredible. Rad Baron, I don't, my dude, I don't. It's got seniority now. It could claim to be a feature. It could do Airlock, yeah, at this stage, 100%. There's no way they're fixing multiplayer before Flight Sim 24. Yeah, I agree. And I wouldn't mind, but like pre-Sim Update 5, it worked. You know? We got cougars and bears. Oosh. Oh, it's so nice though. We're cruising nicely, 135 knots. We don't have too far to go.
Jesus.
I'd say we're about 18 miles out, that's all. British Columbia is better. British Columbia is gorgeous. Oh man. What's the name of the airport up at the hotel? Banks or something, is it? You know, by the glacier? Just trash trying to dip me Chinook. Banff, Banff. Zard, good man yourself. Banff. Now that is a place I want to visit. That looks beautiful. And Mrs. Two-Tone, she's mountain mad. She loves mountains. So like, oh, to go around Seattle and then head up, that'd be incredible. This has been a really nice flight though. And again, taking out the old choppers, right? It's a challenge. Like, they really, really are. But, I won't say I was dreading tonight, but I was a little bit worried thinking, Jesus, flying a chopper, no autopilot, how are we going to do the thing? But, I've really enjoyed this flight. This has been super nice. The loudest bang ever was the Krakatoa volcanic eruption. Not only did it cause serious damage to the island, the eruption in 1883 created the loudest sound ever reported at 180 decibels. It was so loud it was heard 3,000 miles away. Briggsy, wasn't this one louder though? Super Ty was telling us 283. Oh Jesus, go handy Murph. It's not too bad once you get your trim set up. Yeah. Banff, the sound Nightcrawler makes when he teleports. Funny enough, also the sound you make when you hit the frozen ground outside the motel when you slip off the roof. Jesus. That's nuts. My phone is hopping. RTE News with election results. Would you get out of town, will you? So we're looking for the river. What's the river down here? Columbia, or is it? What's the name of the river down here? Murph, put the TikToks down. Huh? TikToks? Oh, me phone. Man, this is pretty. The Columbia River, Sabre, nice. Patrick says, I've been to Banff. It's very beautiful, and especially the nearby Lake Louise. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. How's the Chinook holding up, lads? I haven't flown in a while. Wow, look at those mountains in the distance. Jesus, this place is stunning. Third hour in the Chinook and we're getting there. Chinook is really good. I haven't flown in a while now, but yeah, it's really, really good. This is class, lads. There's so many of you flying along. I'm loving this. We're all in choppers, which is brilliant. Mark says, back in 2002, I worked in Vancouver, a great part of the world. Nice. Columbia River is 80k away to the southwest. What's that river there then? We got photogrammetry here. Nice. Welcome to Portland, Oregon. This is beautiful. Haven't dropped the double rotor yet. Oh yeah, I need to actually check that with the new rotor physics. Man, the chopper flight is good. Chuck is getting the PMS and autopilot update on the 31st, says Lost Trucker. Nice. That's going to be a serious upgrade. Oh nice, we got photogrammetry up here, lads. Beautiful. This is pleasant. Some nice exploring. The Columbia River starts in Canada. Wow. This is really nice. The H160. Is it? I don't think it's a Dauphin. Is it a Dauphin? Must be a Dauphin 3 or something, is it? It looks like a Dauphin. You gotta love photogrammetry, right? We're probably a little bit low because it looks a bit kind of melted candle wax. But it's very pretty. Jesus, can they see the volcano from here? They kind of can. That's nuts. This is beautiful. It's an Airbus, yeah. Well, according to the chart, this is the Columbia River, Rad Baron. And it's very, very pretty. Right, KPDX, that's our airport, that's where we're headed for. If you're over Portland, it's the Columbia River, yeah. Man alive, look at that, isn't that beautiful? There's some stutters. This is where the mud flows got to when the glaciers melted, really? Goonies territory, really? Mr. Dan enjoyed the flight? Nice, man. Wait, the Goonies? They recorded it here? Since you're heading to Columbia on Friday, there's an interesting fact. Several peaks in the Sierra Nevada are intervisible with the Cerro Paramilo. Jesus. 12,000 feet? This implies a theoretical direct line of sight just over 500 kilometers, farthest being 506 kilometers. That's insane. Nitro says the Goonies were from Astoria on the coast. No way. That's awesome, lads. Easing out. Here's the airport ahead of us. I'm almost certain Portland operates a shared civilian and military airport. I could be wrong. Wow, look at that bridge. Ah, sure, lads, it'd be rude not to. Hang on a second. This would just, it'd be rude not to, you know what I mean? So if I do one of these.
Hang on to your hats, boys.
Hang on to your hats, boys. And then one of these, and you know it's going to work. Yeah, baby. Jesus. Hang on to your hats, boys. Right, Portland, let's be having you. Yeah, I think it's Flight Beam, I think, made this one. Uh-oh. Balloon went splat.
Jesus.
So did Muse. Oh, Jesus. Right, let's have a look. This looks pretty. Yeah, I'm almost certain it's a shared military and civilian airport. Let's ramble over and inspect what we can expect. This is a nice part of the world. Yeah, there's a military site. I can see a couple of, they look like Tomcats. Ooh, it's massive. Yeah, it's massive, this place. They have 14s. Got a couple of Dash 8s there. They look like F-14s. Or they could be they're F-15s. Let's see what we can see. They're neither. What the hell are they? Yeah, they look like F-15s. Hang on, get down here now. We have a proper gawk. What are we looking at here, Murph? Easy does it. Easy does it. Yeah, they look like F-15s. On closer inspection. Janie then. They look like F-15s. They're supposed to be F-15s, I'd say. Easy. Yeah, they're supposed to be F-15s. 142nd Fighter Wing. Home of the Red Hawks. Ooh. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Home of the Red Hawks. And put it down there, Murph. Alright, that'll do us. Pretty nice. Never seen so many VTOL finances. Wow, look at all the choppers coming in. This is awesome. You gotta love it, lads. Jeez, I didn't know you guys, like, were so good at flying choppers. That's insane. We rarely fly helicopters. That's awesome. That's brilliant. That's so cool looking. That's brilliant. You gotta love it, right? Where can we get this? It's Flight Beam. I got it on Contrail, I think. We got some fixed wing with us as well. Nicely done, lads. Colonel Fork is in the F530F, but for whatever reason, my model matching just ain't doing its thing. That is so cool. Shared with the Air Guard, named Cape It. Ah, right, okay. The Chinook looks tiny compared to the F-15s. Does a bit. Unless you don't have it undated or installed. Oh, she's installed all right. Is it updated is the next thing, but yeah, it's definitely installed. That's so cool looking. Man, look at that Alouette. It's so beautiful. You're probably going, no, it's not, Murph. I'm telling you, it is. I was in the B2, but the model match didn't work. Oh, man. It makes buying aftermarket planes pointless. It can be a real pain in the ass, man. Good God, Hummingbird. Go handy on that thing, will you? Oh, Jesus, there she isn't. Lads, I really, really enjoyed tonight's flight. That was awesome. It was so much fun. And that soundtrack. Right? It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Alouette is so fun. A Bell Road really is. The Alouette is probably, to me, I think the Alouette is the best chopper in the sim right now. It's really, really good. And Takes Hanger, they're making a Huey as well. That's going to be awesome. Right, lads, that's kind of the shav of it. So, we're back to you tomorrow night. General aviation flying in the United Kingdom. We're going to go from Liverpool over to Humberside. Is it Humberside? What was the one that Fly Tampa released? Tonight we take the... Where are we going? Yeah, Humberside. And from there, out over the Humber Estuary, we're going to head our way down to Duxford. That's the plan for tomorrow, lads. Kickoff is 1900 Zulu, general aviation flying. And yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So I'm going to be flying in the PA-38 Tomahawk from Just Flight. An incredible general aviation airplane. So lads, I want to thank you so much. Tonight was so fun. That was so fun. What a great adventure. We learned an absolute ton. And the sim gave us out of the box scenery. Those trees, man, that airy place. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And that was a nice change of pace tonight with the helicopters as well. I really enjoyed flying that thing. So yeah, one of the best movies, streams. It was fun, wasn't it? It was fun. Right, so let me see who's online. Will we go over and do a raid on Twitch? Conti is on. Rapenza. We might go over and say hi to Conti. What's he doing? Oh, he's in the 777 again. Yeah, we'll go over and say hi to Conti. Right, lads, that's going to do it. So, Fierce Wolf, thank you very much indeed. And I need to get that gadget up and running with the new livery from Cyrus T as well. So yeah, 100%. The jaw distance, can't see Mount Helens from here, really? Oh Jesus. Right, we're away now. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and looking forward to tomorrow already. You guys take care. Thanks so much for watching. To our mods, thanks for all the help. To everyone who followed, liked the video or liked the stream on YouTube, all the subscribes, and for all the raids as well. Thank you all so very, very much indeed. Right, until then, good luck to you. Don't worry about it all. Look at the cut of the place. You brought shame on yourself and your family. That's underneath the keyboard, lads. Look. Ah, Jesus.